I still get comments from lost people that they probably love a celebrity and worship and idolize them. Then they stumble across my video and they're like, what's this guy talking about? And worse than that. Zoe Chan says, this is why the internet is a breeding ground to encircle and bully. What's the point of this video? To point at a man, dissect him, and judge and condemn him? Are you sinless? So this person is very clueless. They haven't done any research at all. They don't understand the biblical world. I don't think they have a relationship with Jesus Christ. If they did, they'd be more open to seeing that, well, the world is fallen and satanic. No one gets famous, and this video is about Billy Corgan and the Smashing Pumpkins. No one gets famous without selling out. The term, they sold their soul for rock and roll, it applies to much of the world. People love their entertainment. They love their music and movies and television and more. They love to idolize and worship celebrities instead of worshiping God, who is the only one worthy of that. So Zoe Chan doesn't understand my video. He's left a few comments about Billy Corgan. I'm going to show a couple different, I'm going to show Olivia Cooke. She's an actress. What is she doing? She's standing on the Freemason checkerboard. The duality, the black and white, dark and light. Freemasons, which is a satanic Luciferian organization, if you don't think so, research. Pray about it, because it is, and it's the truth. All I'm doing is being a messenger. I'm not trying to sound smug. I'm saying I'm pointing things out. What do you want me to do, Zoe Chan? Ignore the biblical world? Or should I do what God asks, spread the gospel of Jesus Christ, and shine light on the darkness? This is darkness. Olivia Cooke. Oh, she looks like a cute little actress. She's on the Freemason checkerboard. She's wearing the Freemason checkerboard. Duality, black and white, dark and light, good and bad. She's hiding her hand in her coat the way a Freemason would do. Don't believe me? She's hiding her hand in her coat the way a Freemason would do very clearly. If you can't see this, you're spiritually blind. You don't understand the world you live in. Instead of complaining and thinking Christians are being judgmental, which again, that person's comments, they're judging me. Everyone uses judgment daily. We should not use hypocritical judgment, right? Take the mote out of your eye before you take the plank or the beam out of your brother's eye or sister's eye. Olivia Cooke, the actress, she's a famous person. She's sold out to Freemasonry, which is a satanic Luciferian organization. Believe it or not. She's hiding her hand in her coat like a Freemason. Moving on to Billy Corgan. Here's Billy Corgan. Interesting about him, he's got this birthmark that covers his whole hand and his wrist and everything. Just pointing that out. Nothing wrong with that. He's got a birthmark. And in this quote, he says, I didn't find Jesus. He's been there the whole time. So is Billy Corgan a Christian? No, I don't think so. Because he's wearing 666 here. Is this from years ago? Yes. Do I pray for these people? Yes, I do. And wearing 666 on your shirt, right? Is he trying to be edgy? Or does he understand the occult and the Freemasons and the biblical world that we live in, and he chose the wrong side, or he's choosing the wrong side? I don't know his heart, God does, but I know these signs, symbols, and agendas that run the world. He's doing the Freemason satanic vow of silence. What does that mean? He's keeping the secret of the biblical world about how fame, fortune, and success work, and most likely about Freemasonry. He has a lyric in one of his songs, and it says that, and I still believe that I cannot be saved. Billy Corgan can definitely be saved by Jesus Christ. He's choosing not to. He's taking the left-hand path or the right-hand path. I can't remember which one's the bad one right now, but he's taking the wrong path. He can be saved. He's choosing to reject the finished work of Jesus Christ. What is the gospel? We are all sinners, including myself. I know this. What have I done differently? Well, I don't throw up satanic Freemason signs. I'm not a part of any cult or organization. I'm a follower of Jesus Christ. I'm a sinner. Jesus Christ lived a perfect, sinless life. He died on the cross, fully man, fully God, shed his precious blood, was buried and resurrected 3 days later, according to the scriptures, the Holy Bible. This is for salvation, the only way. That's narrow-minded of you, you crazy Christian. What about the other religions? They're all false and satanic, believe it or not. It's up to you. Research this stuff. I'm not stopping you from researching. I would love for you to research so you don't comment all gay on my YouTube channel. There is an agenda There is many agendas, but one of the agendas is to blur the gender, right? Men dress like women. I won't bring up Deuteronomy here because I bring it up all the time. Most of you on this channel know it already. But like, God doesn't want a man to dress like a woman or alter themselves to be like a woman or get hormones or surgery or put on women's clothing. He calls that sin and abomination. And same thing for a woman to dress like a man or alter themselves to be like a man. God calls it sin and abomination, and that's what it is. He's just wearing a dress. Chill out, dude. No, this is part of the satanic agenda. He not only does he do the signs and symbols of Freemasonry, Luciferian, Satanists, he's participating in the agendas to mock God and to blaspheme. He is wearing a shirt with Aleister Crowley. This is baby truther stuff. If you don't know who Aleister Crowley is, you are fast asleep. Aleister Crowley is one of the most satanic, influential people. He has many books that people, if they do things that Aleister Crowley says, things start to happen. It's black magic, it's witchcraft, it's Freemasonry, it's a whole bunch of other things just rolled up in one big satanic ball. Aleister Crowley called himself the Beast 666. Billy Corgan was wearing a shirt that said 666, and he's wearing an Aleister Crowley t-shirt. If you support Aleister Crowley in any way, you are a sellout. You are supporting Satanism. That's what he's doing. Oh, but he plays guitar and has cool fuzz tones and blah, blah. Like, I liked Smashing Pumpkins growing up. I'm aware of this. I play guitar myself. I like fuzz tones. Siamese Dream, I think it's a very good album. I really liked it growing up. But Billy Corgan is a sold-out Freemason Satanist because you can see if you have eyes to see and you know signs, symbols, and other things. Billy Corgan, I'm not Catholic because that's not Christian. I'm a Christian and it doesn't offend me much, but people love to mock Jesus Christ and Christian religions. Some people would say it's Catholic, it's kind of like Christian, and there is similarities, but if you're a Catholic, why don't you just be a Christian? Follow Jesus. Don't follow the Pope, a mere sinner, or anything else. Call people Father and confess your sins to mere sinners and men. Come on. So Billy Corgan's hanging out with Marilyn Manson. Marilyn Manson is a very open Satanist and Freemason. I will show you, even though it doesn't need to be shown or said, it's very obvious. People that see this and go, well, there's no connection here, Billy Corgan and Marilyn Manson, they're just two rock and roll dudes, right? Marilyn Manson is making fun of Jesus here, mocking him, wearing a crown of thorns and having the pierced hands because Jesus was nailed to the cross. He's offering up the apple. It's symbolism, like in Genesis, in the Garden of Eden, in the Bible, where God said, Adam and Eve, please don't do this one thing. Do not eat from the tree in the midst of the garden. Satan, the serpent, came along and beguiled Eve, who convinced Adam to take a bite of the apple. Apple computers, which I'm using one right now, again, you can use bad things and make them for good. God does that as well. He can take evil and make it good. I'm aware. I'm not trying to be a hypocrite about using an Apple computer. I'm aware that there's a bite out of the apple on my computer, and the first Apple computer, I've shown this so many times, just believe me, if you don't research it, look it up. It's very easy. The first Apple computer cost $666. The first Apple computer, Apple with a bite out of it, Genesis, offering up the apple, the first Apple computer cost $666. Here's Marilyn Manson doing the Freemason Eye of Horus, covering one eye, darkening it utterly, doing one eye symbolism. He's doing more one eye symbolism there. He's doing more one eye symbolism there and has the sigil of Satan on his hand, and he's got other witchcraft symbols on his hands. He's doing the Osiris Risen Freemasonry pose. He's standing or sitting on the Freemason checkerboard. On his phone, he's got the Freemason square and compass with the G. Why? Because he's a sold out satanic Luciferian Freemason. He's friends with Billy Corgan, who is the same thing. Birds of a feather flock together. No one gets famous without selling their soul, without selling out to rock and roll. He's wearing a Freemason ring, the square and compass, because he's a sold-out Freemason. Freemasons love the number 33. There are 33 degrees in Freemasonry to move up. In Freemasonry, they move up in degrees by seeking light and yet even more light. The light that they seek is not the light of Christ. It is the false light of Lucifer, the light bearer, and Lucifer, the light bearer, is Satan. He's got other satanic sigils tattooed on his fingers. Marilyn Manson, the satanic sold-out Freemason Luciferian, is hiding his hand in his coat the way a Freemason would do. He's very, very clearly hiding his hand in his coat the way a Freemason would do. He's wearing the Baphomet on his shirt, as above, so below. The Baphomet is it stands out as a satanic symbol. It's a satanic false deity. He's throwing up the 666 on his hand. You can think it's A-OK, but it's not. It means 666 to them. And he's putting 666 over one eye, doing 666 in the eye of Horus. And he's doing the Uttara Bodhi Mudra, index fingers together, other fingers interlocked. This gesture here you might think is nothing if you're uninformed and uneducated and you haven't researched. Those of us that research for years, we can know this very clearly. It's the Uttara Bodhi Mudra. A mudra is a gesture from yoga, and yoga is satanic. If you don't think so and you just think it's trendy and soccer moms do it, you haven't researched. You don't know what you're talking about. The Uttara Bodhi Mudra is a gesture that's supposed to represent supreme enlightenment. It is not. It's the false light of Lucifer, the light bearer, and it belongs with Freemasonry. He thinks he has some kind of enlightenment, but he's deceived by the father of lies. God calls Satan the father of lies. That's one of Satan's titles. Can you trust the father of lies? No, you cannot. You're being deceived and on your way to hell and taking your fans with you. That's why I point this stuff out. Not only is it the truth and I notice it, so what do you want me to do? Ignore it and not report on it? No. I'm going to do the honest thing, report on this stuff so people can have a chance to wake up. I think it can help people because it helped me. So this person that comments about Billy Corgan, Zoe Chan, what are you talking about? Like he doesn't understand that he's using judgment here, so he's a hypocrite. Everyone uses judgment daily. If we take out judgment, no judgment for anything, do you know, like, the world is already a satanic, fallen, cursed mess? It would be even worse. Christians are the light in the world. They're light and salt. We point things out so people will have a chance to know the truth, and the truth is Jesus Christ. He's the way, the truth, the life. It's all about Jesus. The Bible is true. We're living it right now. Billy Corgan, I like him as a musician and singer. I like his fuzz tones, but that's not saying that, so I'm going to give him a pass or anything. He's clearly involved in the club. He does the signs and symbols, wears 666, wears an Aleister Crowley shirt. Please research and figure this out before you comment all dumb like this. Brothers and sisters, everyone else, Zoe Chan, God bless you.